Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be having a look at my team for Game Week 10. If you like what you see and enjoy it, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get into it. So my Game Week 9 transfer was selling Mohamed Salah, who did not play and would have returned me 0 points, and bringing in Bruno Fernandes, who scored 11 points. So overall, this was a good move, but let's see how it impacted my team overall. So looking at my team for Game Week 9, we start off with Martinez in goal, who returned me just 1 point, as Aston Villa lost 2-1 to Brighton at the weekend. In defence, we have Masuaku returning a 7, Chilwell also returning a 7, and Robertson returning 12, with maximum bonus points, a clean sheet, as well as an assist in that game. I'm really happy with how my defence has performed recently, but this has been one of the most outstanding returns I've had for my defence, with 2 7s with clean sheets, and then a clean sheet and an attacking return from Robertson was really good in boosting me up the ranks this week in FPL. So let's move on to the midfielders now and see how we got on. So Grealish returned just 1 point again as Aston Villa lost to Brighton. Son returned 10 with a goal against Manchester City. Rashford with 3, although this was disappointing and he could have had more returns. Klitsch with a 3, and we'll be talking about potentially selling him in the upcoming weeks. And Bruno, who I drafted in, became my captain for Game Week 11, returning 22 points. Now, onto the forward line, we have Kane, who returned 4 with just an assist, but also picking up a yellow card, and Calvert-Lewin with 13. Now, 2 goals very early on in the game. This could have been much more, but my highest return of the week really helped me boost up the rankings with 13 from Calvert-Lewin. I left the right players on the bench as I decided to bench Lamptey, who got sent off in Game Week 9. So, how did this affect me overall with my Game Week score and my Game Week ranks? We got a Game Week score of 83, a Game Week rank of 155,000, which gives me an overall points return of 90,000 of 582 and an overall rank of just 90k overall. I'm really happy with how this season has gone so far, but now let's take a look at some transfers that I'm thinking for the upcoming game weeks to keep boosting my ranks further up the pitch. So, the players that I'm thinking of selling ahead of Game Week 10 are Klitsch, who returned 3 points this game week, Rashford, who also blanked, Robertson, down to a Manchester City defender to help free up funds, or Grealish, again downgrading to help free up some money to look at some of the potential transfers in that I'm looking at. So for those transfers in, we have Salah, who is now back in training for Liverpool and back in contention to play, and is a player I want throughout the majority of the season when he's fit to play. De Bruyne of Man City. So although Manchester City haven't performed so well so far this season, there are some really nice upcoming fixtures that I would be looking to get him for, especially Fulham next game week. Diaz, who could be my Robertson replacement to help afford the moves of Salah and De Bruyne. Now, Manchester City haven't kept too many clean sheets so far this season, but with their upcoming games, including Fulham, West Brom and Burnley, you would have thought that that could return some points for me. The final one is Souček of West Ham. Now, again, this could be a move to free up some funds in order to afford the likes of De Bruyne and Salah, and he could come in for either Grealish or in for Klitsch. So, just to summarise those transfers and what my team could look like afterwards. So, the potential transfers out, we've got Klitsch, Rashford, Robertson and Grealish, with potential transfers in of Salah, De Bruyne, Ruben Diaz or Souček. Now, one will have to be an upgrade of Rashford into Salah or De Bruyne, and then it's how I afford the move around him to get the money that I need. So is it Klitsch down to Souček, Grealish downgrade or a Robertson downgrade? So how will I go about finding that money? But I'm pretty set on Salah or De Bruyne coming in for me this week, probably for Rashford. So with those potential transfers, how will my team look for Game Week 10? Just before we get into the final section of this video is sponsored by Fantasy Football Hub. They have great stats, articles, comparison tools, fixture tickers and so much more. From just £2 a month you can improve your FPL game. There is a link in the description which will give you 15% off. If you are interested, go and check it out. Available online and in the App Store. Enjoy. Now let's get back to the video. So, looking at how my team would line up for Game Week 10, if I was to make the transfers of Klitsch and Rashford out to afford Salah and Souček into my team, we'd have Martinez in goal away at West Ham. A fixture which would be interesting seeing as I have Masuaku in my defence, but one I expect Aston Villa to bounce back from. In my defence, it would be Masuaku at home to Aston Villa, Chilwell at home to Tottenham and Robertson away at Brighton. In my midfield, it would be Grealish away at West Ham, Son away at Chelsea, Salah away at Brighton, Souček at home to Aston Villa, and currently the captaincy armband would be on Bruno Fernandes due to his away form away at Southampton in Game Week 10. The front two would remain unchanged as they have done for the majority of the season, with Kane away at Chelsea and Calvert-Lewin at home to Leeds. Now, that's all we've got time for in this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, it would be much appreciated to make sure you like and subscribe on the channel. But good luck in Game Week 10 and I will see you next week.